Can I put that in the video?
Yeah.
So what happened tonight?
Well, we thought that we would go on a nice little social distance stroll and decided to take a little sit-down break on a curb, and then we got robbed at gunpoint.
This isn't the kind of video that I would normally make, but this doesn't seem like the kind of thing that I want to take the time to like animate and turn into a whole thing, because it's just like, it's something that happened, and I'm like, I'm gonna tell people about it, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know how to react to this. So my friend Jo gave me a call, and she wasn't having a good day, and so I told her to come over and we would go on a little walk and just talk through things and de-stress and stuff. So she gets here at like midnight, and she parks her car, and we start walking through a neighborhood that's like near where I live, and everything was fine. We were staying like 6 feet apart and stuff, and talking about like boy troubles and whatnot. When we got back to my apartment complex, we like sat out front, which was, I guess, a bad move. Anyway, a car pulled up and parked like 50-ish feet down the street from us, and a dude gets out and starts walking towards us like really quickly. And he had his hand like on his like groin area, and he was asking us like repeatedly, you know, where's the freeway? Hey guys, where's the freeway, right? But he's walking towards us really quickly, and I was sketched out, but also it was like, I didn't think he was going to pull a gun on us, that's for sure. But anyway, so I turned and like pointed, and when I come back, he's like right in front of us holding a gun to us. But like, okay, so I'm standing, and he's like going back and forth between pointing the gun at my chest and pointing the gun at Jo's head. She's like sitting on the ground, and he's like, put your phones on the ground.
I don't understand how you were so defiant in the face of actual guns.
Because I'm dumb, apparently.
Honestly, though, like...
To be fair, it did work.
I mean, yeah, it did work. Like, they wanted our phones specifically, and you did say no, and we do still have our phone. They just took everything else I had. All the makeup that I wear on, like, a daily basis, all of my cards, my driver's license, the knife that I carry around for protection. I had a bag of Chex Mix.
No!
Yeah, I had a full bag of Chex Mix. I had just bought at the gas station. My purse. I had, like, Neosporin. Like, I don't know why that's all I can remember. My social security card.
But the Chex Mix is really the most important.
The Chex Mix, though.
I don't think that I said no. I think that I was like, I don't have my phone on me, but you could clearly see that there was like a phone-shaped bulge in my pocket. So I was like, I don't have it on me. And he's like, what's in your pocket? And I'm like, all I have on me is the clicker to my apartment gate or whatever, which, I mean, that was one of the things that I had on me. And he was like, give it to me. And I was like, but then I won't be able to go home. Anyway, so Jo had her head down and was just complying, handing over her purse like gently or whatever. And I was like, no, I don't want to give up my stuff. Which is really dumb. I didn't want to have her stuff get stolen. I was like, there's got to be a way out of this where we don't get robbed. This sucks. I was like, are you really going to kill someone over an iPhone? And he was like, I will fucking shoot you. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, man. That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. But anyway, I didn't do anything. I just like stood there and argued with him. It was taking too long. And one of the other dudes in the car gets out and starts walking toward us, and he's got the same type of gun. Like, they both had, like, the same gun. But the first dude, once he got the purse, he grabs the purse, and he starts leaving, and so they both turned around and got back in the car. And then, like, as they're, like, getting in their car, I'm like, at least leave her ID, and laughed at me or whatever. They're like, oh, we got her ID right here, and then they get in the car and they drive away. And I was just frozen, and I didn't know what to do. And then Jo gets up and like runs back toward the apartments, and I don't even like see her leave. I'm just like standing there. What do I do? Anyway, so she comes back, already calling the bank to try to cancel her cards and stuff. And she tells me to call 911, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I need to call 911. And so I get my phone out of my pocket and I call 911, and the cops showed up, and then we gave them the report, and like, they gave me this little pamphlet about if you're a victim of violent crime. So that's useful. Thanks, guys. The car was parked too far away for me to get the license plate, which sucked. And I was like, if I wanted to get the license plate, I would have had to like get closer and pull my phone out. I didn't want them to see that I had my phone. So I just kind of like stood there and watched them drive off with her purse, and like that sucked. I got home and I was torn between like, do I scream? Do I cry? What do I do? It took me a minute to realize that I was okay. I didn't lose anything. Nobody got hurt. So why do I feel so messed up, you know?
Because you just had a gun pointed at you?
That might explain it.
Yeah.
God, and like the whole reason you came over is because you weren't having a good night?
I literally was like, oh my god, life is so terrible right now. Let me go hang out with Tim and get robbed. Oh my god. My cousin followed me back, and he knew too. He was like, Joe, you're upset and kind of shooken up right now. Let me wake up your mom if you want to talk to her, like, so she doesn't, like, wake up all freaked out. And I parked and I just, like, ran inside and I was like, no, I'm chill. Like, I've calmed down. I've centered myself. I go wake up my mom. No, I walk in there and I'm like, hey, Mom. And I just start bawling. She woke up, she was like, what? What?
So I didn't sleep last night. Around like, I don't know how long we were. Actually, I can look up when I called 911. This called 911 at 12:44 a.m. And then I called someone after the police left at 2. It was over. That's the other thing is like, it was over so quickly, right? Like he showed up, we argued for a couple minutes, and then he left. So it was like a 2 or 3 minute ordeal. So that's the thing that happened. I had a gun pointed at me this morning at like 12:30 in the morning, and I shouldn't have been out in the middle of the night. I don't think I'll ever go outside ever again. I don't know, man. I don't know. It messed with me. I don't know how I'm supposed to react to this.
I'm definitely not as brave as you. Not gonna yell no in the face of someone.
I mean, I don't know if that's bravery or just pure stupidity. I'm so dumb.
I'm not gonna lie, like a little bit though. Like, you don't know if they're trying to intimidate you or if they're actually willing to hurt you. And that's why you usually just comply. Not complying makes people angry. Why did I think of hiding my phone? Like when someone comes up and is like, give me your phone or I'll shoot you, and I'm just like sliding my phone under my butt. Like, okay, how about no? I mean, I already kind of had it there, and then I just kind of, like, sat on top of it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, like, even before I think I saw him, like, pull his gun out. But as soon as he did that, like, I mean, everything did kind of happen so fast that, like, if he would have... I feel like he was talking to you most of the time. If he would have really been, like, give me your phone right now, I probably would have just, like, grabbed it and given it to him. But the fact that you were kind of, like, distracting him and he was getting kind of, like, angry and then was just, like, give me your purse and, like, grabbed it off of me, I was just like, okay, well, I'm not gonna, like, also hand over my phone if he's not asking for it because he can't see it. I mean, I'm sure he assumed it was just in my purse.
We made it out alive. And with our phones. Go us.
And with our phones. Now, if I just could have made it out with, like, even just my ID. Like, you tried to get my ID back. You were like, just at least let her have her ID. Why did you say that? That was so funny.
Because I knew that getting your ID stolen sucks.
That were going through your head were not the right things at the moment.
Shut up. I tried to help you.
You did. You did. Oh, goodness.
And then, okay, get this. I, like, sat down with my roommates and was just, like, on the verge of tears because that, I don't know, that's traumatic, dude. And so, but I just, like, wanted to tell people about it or something, so I tweeted. Then somebody screenshotted it and put it on the subreddit r/madlads. And then all of the comments on Reddit are people saying this didn't happen. And it's like, wow, because like I actually had like a really traumatic experience. And I know that they're just strangers on the internet and like nothing ever happens on the internet, but it's really frustrating to have like gone through something shitty and then have people in the comment section just being like, this didn't happen. One of the comments was like, these storytime YouTubers always make stuff up. It's like, I'm not the kind of YouTuber that like makes up crazy stories that happen. I talk about like dealing with your feelings, like that this isn't the kind of thing that I would make up. I don't make shit up. And it's just, you guys. Probably woke up my roommates. Tonight, we stared death in the eye and said no.
You did. Straight up, we're like, no.
It's crazy how traumatic just like a couple minutes can be, but it like definitely messed with me, and I feel really bad that Joe's stuff got stolen. And so I mostly wanted to make this video so that I could give all of the money that it makes to Joe. That doesn't like undo what happened, but hopefully it kind of helps out a little bit. Be on the lookout for like a normal video soon. Know that I'm okay. Joe's okay. And yeah, that was wild.
Lesson learned, always stay at home on the computer. Never leave your house.
Correct.